And you got to give them credit. They're leading the division by a wide margin for a reason. They had some, they made some good plays today. But our focus right now, and my focus as a leader of our coaching staff, is to get some things turned around in a hurry, because we have 2 games on the weekend, 6-10, 3-4, and at the end of the day, we got to be better than we were today.
Coach, you talk about starting on time. Do you think timeliness might have been a factor tonight?
No, I think at the end of the day, John, those are all excuses. We weren't ready to a man to start, and we know what the opportunities before us. We're 1 point out of a playoff position, and for us to turn that performance in is not to our standard, and that's the bottom line. That was an uncondor-like first period. That was an uncondor-like type of game, and realistically, through our first 19 games of the season, that's the first egg I thought we laid, and I didn't think we were good enough today.
2-5-1 at home.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get better at home as well?
Yeah, we're going to have to get better. I think we're going to take it one day at a time here, Griff, right now. So our immediate focus is to have a good practice tomorrow. It's to get on a bus and get to San Jose and try and get 2 points in a building that we haven't had much success in this year, which was in their building. Then we're going to come back and we're going to have a good game plan put together for Ontario. And at the end of the day, like I said, to a man, we all have to be better, starting with myself and our coaching staff.
You've got 4 guys out injured. Any of them coming back soon?
Hope so. Yeah, we got some banged up bodies, but we're not the only team that's dealing with injuries. I think at the end of the day, those things, if you allow them to creep in, they become excuses. And we're not about excuses here. We're about finding new ways to win with whoever we have in the lineup. And like I said, tonight we just weren't good enough. We're going to have a good practice tomorrow to get us set up for the weekend.
Coach, you're talking about the lineups and things of that nature. Is the chemistry just a little bit different, obviously, from last year when you guys were so good?
Well, you know what? I think we're about only a point off of where we were last year at this time. So that puts things in perspective. We're a different group. We're a different team than we were last year. One of the things we haven't had the luxury of is to dress the same lineup on a nightly basis. We've dressed 19 different lineups this year, and we're trying to find that right chemistry while dealing with the injuries that Griff talked about and dealing with some recalls and whatnot. And at the end of the day, we're in the American Hockey League. We have good players. We have to find a way to put together a winning lineup, and we're looking for some consistency to do that.
Was this the quickest team you've seen so far? They were tape to tape.
Yeah, they're a good team. You got to give them credit. They signed some different players in their off season, and they've made some adjustments, and they look like they're firing on all cylinders. I actually remember a game around this time last year in our building against that team that was quite similar. I think it was the teddy bear toss game, and we weren't very good that night, and we tried to use that as a springboard to get better, just as like we will tonight, and use tonight's game to springboard us into a good practice tomorrow and then a strong weekend.